At 7 a.m. on March 8th, a letter appeared in my mailbox. Not an email. Not a message. A real envelope. White paper. My name written neatly on the front. No stamp. No return address. Just my name. I opened it slowly while standing in the hallway. Inside was a single sheet of paper. One sentence. Today you must thank the woman you forgot. I frowned immediately. I didn't forget anyone. My mother already had flowers ordered. My sister had a gift waiting. Even my coworkers had messages scheduled. So what woman was this letter talking about? I looked back inside the envelope. There was something else. A small photo. An old photograph slightly faded at the edges. A girl standing beside me. Both of us laughing. But something about the picture felt wrong. Because I didn't remember taking it. And I didn't remember her. My phone buzzed at that moment. Unknown number. One message appeared. You have until sunset. I typed quickly. Until sunset for what? 3 dots appeared. Then the reply came. To remember. My chest tightened. I looked again at the photo. The girl looked about my age. Dark hair. Bright smile. She was holding a small bouquet of yellow flowers. And on the back of the photo someone had written a date. March 8th. 5 years ago. My phone buzzed again. She waited longer than anyone. The message made my stomach twist. Waited for what? Another message appeared immediately. Check the bench in the park. I stared at the screen. The park across from my old apartment. The place I used to go almost every day years ago. I hadn't been there in a long time. But something inside me felt uneasy. Like a memory was trying to surface. I grabbed my jacket and walked outside. The morning air was cold but bright. People were already carrying flowers. Tulips. Roses. Everywhere I looked someone was celebrating March 8th. But my mind stayed fixed on the photo. When I reached the park, the bench was exactly where I remembered it. Old wood. Slightly cracked paint. And someone was sitting there. A woman. Holding a small bouquet of yellow flowers. She looked up the moment I stepped closer. Her eyes widened slightly. Not surprised. More like relieved. My phone buzzed again. One final message appeared. Say thank you this time. She stood up slowly when she saw me. For a moment neither of us spoke. The wind moved lightly through the trees above the bench. People were walking through the park with flowers and small gifts, laughing and talking. But around us everything felt strangely quiet. She was still holding the yellow flowers from the photograph. Exactly the same ones. My phone vibrated in my hand again. A new message appeared. You promised you would come back. I swallowed and looked at her again. She was studying my face carefully. Like someone searching for recognition. Hi, she said softly. Her voice felt familiar in a way that made my chest tighten. Hi, I answered, unsure what else to say. She smiled slightly, but there was hesitation in it. You're late again, she said gently. The words confused me immediately. Late? I asked. She nodded and looked down at the flowers in her hands. You always come on March 8th. My heart began beating faster. I looked down at the photograph again. The same park bench. The same flowers. The same smile. But my mind was still empty. I'm sorry, I said quietly. I don't remember. Her expression didn't change as much as I expected. She didn't look shocked. She looked tired. Like she had heard that sentence before. That's okay, she said. It happens sometimes. My stomach dropped. Sometimes? She nodded slowly. You forget things after the accident. The word accident hit me instantly. I remembered that. The car crashed 6 years ago. The doctors had said my memory could be strange afterward. But I didn't realize how strange. My phone buzzed again. Tell her thank you. I looked up at her. For what? I asked quietly. She looked surprised by the question. Then she laughed softly. Not happily, just gently. For waiting, she said. The wind moved the flowers in her hands slightly. She held them out toward me. 5 years is a long time to keep showing up, she added. My chest tightened painfully. You've been coming here every year? Yes. And you forget, she finished calmly. I looked down at the flowers she was offering. The same yellow ones from the photo. Something inside my head shifted faintly. A fragment of a memory. Sitting on this bench. Laughing. Promising something. Promising to meet here every March 8th. The moment passed quickly. But it was enough. I took the flowers slowly. Thank you, I said. She looked at me for a long moment. Then she smiled again. This time the smile felt real. My phone buzzed one last time. Good. Now maybe you'll remember next year. I looked at the screen. The unknown number disappeared. The message thread vanished completely, like it had never existed. When I looked back up at the bench again, I noticed something strange. On the wooden plank behind us, carved deeply into the old paint, were 2 names. Mine and hers. And under them, a small sentence scratched into the wood years ago. March 8th. Every year. No matter what.